Hello viewers, thank you for watching, thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you are in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai, Ajman, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, Al Ain, Fujairah, Al Quwain, wherever you are, and you are searching for a job, whether you've been made redundant by your company due to COVID-19, or you're working currently but you just want to change your job to find another job, or you are on visit visa and you badly need to get a job, stick with me. Watch this video to the end because I'm going to share with you top tips on how to get a new job or how to get a job in United Arab Emirates during these tough times of COVID-19. If it's your first time, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, and if you have any other tips you feel I missed out, you can add them in the comment box. Thank you. Stay with me to the end. The very first tip starts with you. Before you even start searching, have a vision of what you're looking for. Set your objectives and goals. Then have a positive attitude towards searching and towards everything in around you. And then have a positive mindset. I'll tell you in detail why. Working in a country very far away from home will always come with challenges. These challenges will force us to either change and adapt to the new environment, or we fail, and if we fail, we either go back home deliberately or we are forced out by the system. Differences in work policies and procedure, for example, the international standards of health and safety at work, bring a lot of pressure on us and consequently stress. Everyone leaves their home country with big dreams. However, it is important to be realistic and focused before searching for a job. Have a vision, personal goals and objectives, a positive mindset, and a positive attitude towards work. Be ready to learn and do whatever it takes to excel. Distinguish between facts and fantasies. Go to bed early if you don't have anything you're doing related to job search, and wake up early as if you're going to work. This helps you use your time when you are full of energy. The mornings are the best time to do anything. If it's research, if it's following up on anything, it's best in the morning. Unless you have an interview to attend, there's nothing you're doing in the bed at 8 if you're looking for a job. For those who have a job at the moment and they're just searching, spare some time within the day to do the searching. If you totally have no job, at least spend a minimum of 6 hours a day, especially in the morning, to do all the tips that we'll be following in this video. Do not waste that precious time. The next tip I have is make an attractive CV. Make an attractive CV, but not tell a lie about your experience and qualifications. Especially if it's a technical job, you'll land into trouble when you get that job and then you fail to deliver, or you cause an accident that can take you to prison or even cause you paying very big fines. Make your CV brief, up to about only 2 pages, because no one wants to read your whole biography. Focus on your professional side. You have to sell yourself, you have to advertise yourself as the best candidate for the job. You are the product and your CV is your advert. A great CV should summarize and highlight your training, your strengths, your skills, and your experience in a way that grabs attention of the recruiter. Recruiters spend seconds just skimming through thousands or hundreds of CVs. Make sure your CV grabs their attention within a few seconds just by looking at the first page. They should be attracted to read more about your CV. Otherwise, it will be just put on the side like the others. Take a professional photo for your CV, and you need the same photo to standardize your profiles online. Proofread your CV as many times and make corrections. Make sure your phone number is very correct, your email address is correct, so that you don't miss out on any opportunities. It's good also to get someone who is better than you to read through, proofread, and also find out if there are any mistakes before you can keep this CV as a standard. In addition to that, print out a few copies that you need to work with anytime you're out of the house. Have some CVs with you just in case. It helps to have your academic documents attested. However, if they are not attested, this doesn't stop you from searching. Keep searching, and maybe you won't be asked for the attested copies. And about attestation of documents, I'll have another video which I'll upload in a few days from now on how to get your documents attested if you're coming to UAE or if you are in UAE already. The next tip is prepare for interviews and attend as many walk-in interviews as you can. If a company is interested in your CV, they will usually call you for an interview. With the current situation we have, COVID-19, we are not allowed to be too close. We need to keep distance, that's social distance. You may be invited for a Skype video interview or Zoom interview or whatever online video interview. Or you may be invited to an office for the recruiter or the company, but the interview may be done in kind of a social distancing setup, which will be good if you are invited. Some companies do more than 2 or 3 interviews before you can get an offer letter. In your preparation for the interview, try to understand and focus on the requirements of the position in terms of skills, in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience, in terms of qualifications. During the interview, prove to the recruiter, prove to the person who is interviewing you that your past experience, your past skills, your knowledge and everything will fit perfectly with this current situation they want, with these current skills they want, or the current job they have on the table. And in addition to that, if you're hired, what value are you going to add to the company? What new things do you think you can add to the current situation to be the best candidate for the position? Still with preparation for interviews, have a set of clothes that you put aside, maybe 2 or 3 for interviews, and that's special for interviews, so that at any point if someone invites you, you just know where to pick your clothing, put on and go for the interview. Your shoes all clean, your body grooming should be perfect so that you give the best impression at first sight. If you go to an interview and you fail to get the job, learn from it. Take out any lessons you can learn from it and prepare for the next interview. The next tip is research about the company or the job you intend to apply for. You can start by visiting the website for that company you intend to work for. If it's the airlines, you know of Emirates Airlines, Etihad Airlines. If it's in facilities management, there are so many companies in facilities management. If it's in hotels, you can search on any of the hotels in Dubai. Try to go to the page, About Us page, and learn more about the company. Take down simple notes and find out what is it about, how is the company structured, what are their objectives, what is their mission. That helps you to prepare for any interview in case you're called. On top of that, you can check on the career page and see if any jobs that have been posted match your requirement or match your desires. If there are any jobs, even if the date is gone already, you can't apply for it, try to look through the requirements, the skills they need, and see if you fit in or if you need to do anything to fit in that situation. This will help you also to go back to your CV, edit so that it fits that position before you apply for it. Understanding the field or the job you're trying to apply for is very important. An example I can give is if you're in Dubai and you want to get a security job, you need to learn SIRA. SIRA is a short for Security Industry Regulatory Authority. They have a certificate you can do in a week and you get a certification. But if you fail, you don't get the certification. It's a serious course. Compact, but within 7 days you can do it and get that certification. So that's worth knowing if you want to look for a job in security. Other jobs have their requirements. Like lifeguards, they know what they have to do to get a certification. People in the medical industry, they know what they have to do. So different industries or different jobs have their minimum requirements that you need to be ready for the position in case an opportunity comes. Dubai job market is very competitive and it has always been. And in times like this, it's even more competitive. It's worth noting that for any job you'll apply for or for any job interview you'll go for, you'll be competing with thousands or maybe hundreds of candidates from different parts of the world with different levels of experience, skills and training. So you have to come out as the best of all. You should be aware of what is happening in the industry you're targeting. For example, at the moment we know how COVID-19 has affected some industries and how some have not been affected so much. I'll give an example. Look at the airline industry, look at the hospitality, the hotels, look at the restaurants. They can't dine out anymore apart from the ones that can do deliveries. Those are the ones that are working, but the dining is not happening so much. So this gives you an idea of how much more manpower this kind of industry will need. There may not be so many places now for the hospitality, for the recreations, for the entertainment industry. It may be limited. Maybe look out for these other industries that are busy, like the telecoms. The telephones are working, the data companies are selling. Talk of deliveries all the delivery companies are working. Supermarkets didn't close. Look at the medical industry, it didn't close, they had to work. But the ones that have been hit hard, you should be looking at maybe ways of training in another field, training in a new field, or adjusting to fit in where the demand is at the moment. The next tip I want to share with you is applying for jobs directly on the company websites. If you're interested in any company and you know the company you're interested in, try to check on their website, go to the career pages and find out which jobs have they posted where they need to recruit. Even if you're not interested in that company in particular, maybe you haven't found a job in the company you're searching for, but if it's within your industry, still it's worth checking out and see the career page if anything's there. You'll notice that some companies have got a portal where you can create an account, upload your CV and set notifications. This means whenever a job is posted that fits your career and your CV description, then you'll get a notification so that you can apply in time. So whenever you get a notification, go check it out and apply immediately. That gives you a chance because your CV will be at the top. If you're the first 5 people applying, your CV will be at the top. It will be looked at first before anything. The advantage with applying on company websites, it means the company HR team will receive your CV. Not like when you're applying through another third party where it has to go through 3 or 4 hands. This goes to the recruitment team of that very company that you're applying for. Our next step is signing up an account with LinkedIn. If anyone watching this video does not know what LinkedIn is, I'll explain to you in simple terms. LinkedIn is a social media for job seekers and recruiters. LinkedIn is like a Facebook for job seekers or recruiters, where people upload their CVs and the recruiters come searching for talent on LinkedIn. However, do not take this for a chat or a casual network. It should be a representation of your professional side. Having a professional LinkedIn account is very important these days. Whether you're searching for a job or not, it's important to have a professional, well-written LinkedIn account and updated whenever something new happens. Maybe you have a new training, maybe you have a new promotion. Keep updating it whenever something new happens to your career or your professional life. If you had an account already and you have not been bothering about it, you have not checked it for so long, this is a time for you to get back to it, review it, update your skills, your knowledge, your training, if anything has been added to your life since then, and then set up notifications for you to be notified whenever a job is posted in any of the companies fitting your description. You remember the professional profile photograph we talked about in tip number 1 about your CV? Use the same profile photograph. It should be standardized for all your professional profiles, online and on paper. Extend connections to others. Add people who have the potential to get leads to a job or can expand your network. For example, you can add recruiters, HR persons, managers, and friends from companies of interest. Search and follow accounts for companies you are interested in working for. And you may send messages to recruiters or HR staff. You can also use the Pulse blog forum to write about things that interest you professionally and creatively. Another tip I have for you is registering with the job websites. Examples, Bayut, Nuclear Golf, Monster Golf, and many. Registering on the job boards can help you understand the current job market and skills on demand, as well as get you exposure to the recruiters. It is a great way to get started on your job hunt. It is useful to know the requirements of vacancies that companies have and to understand where there is demand for your specific skill set. You'll have a look at the ones I've put below and see whatever you can try with. The next tip I have that can help so much also in this search is applying to reputable recruitment agents or companies. However, be so careful because there are many fraudsters who will take your money in promising of giving you a job and you may never get any job, or you get a job that you didn't sign up for. So try to do your background research, find out if the company or the agent you're dealing with is genuine and legitimate, and that you'll have some reviews you can refer to before you can give them your money or even waste time talking to them. What happens is, if you submit your CV either electronically or physically to their office, they will look for the jobs from the companies, or they have already requests from the companies, and they're just looking for talent. If your CV, your skill sets fit the requirements for the jobs available or the opportunities available, they will call you for an interview if it's required, and then they'll decide who is the best candidate for the company. They may charge you a fee for their services, or sometimes they charge the company that they're recruiting for. So it all depends on which way it's working. But be very careful not to pay for anyone without having an offer. It should be an offer from a company, and you know who is giving you that offer. The next tip I have for you is try to create a network, or build your network of people. It's networking that leads to success in business and in a job hunt. Get back to your old friends who are in Dubai, your relatives. Anyone who can get you to a job is important. You never know who will get you to that point. Maybe your old bosses, if you've been working for before. Try to create that network and try to build it up. Social media is a great way to start with, but all the profiles you've applied for by now in LinkedIn and all the other groups, see if you can connect to other people who are in positions to get you a job. You may join groups on WhatsApp or Facebook for people who are within the same industry as you, or who are in the same interests. If you want to get to a group for Ugandans Association in UAE, I can help you on that. If you send me a WhatsApp on my number, then I'll get someone to connect you to that group. They may post some jobs or some opportunities, and then you can try it out. You never know where your luck will be. But try to build a network. Talk to friends whenever you go to an interview. Make friends, talk to people, find out what's going on, where they're finding the jobs. You never know who will call you for the next interview or the next walk-in. Build a connection, have friends, and after that, create a logbook where you have to write down each company you apply to, put down the company name, the details when you apply to, the position, and everything you need to know about that company. Let it be your diary for reference moving forward. I feel like I've been talking for so long. Therefore, let's summarize this discussion with the last tip. The last tip is follow up. Follow up, follow up. Please do follow up for every interview you go to. After the interview, write an email to just follow up without bothering the recruiter, just asking for how you performed, what's their feeling about your performance in the interview, and then ask what will be the next step after this first interview. Do it in a polite way without nagging, and don't do it so often. Once after the interview is okay, and then maybe after a week, if you don't get any feedback, you can send another email. A polite email, just trying to check on the status of your application. Also, if you're applying by sending emails, after 3 days, try to send another follow-up email to check if your email was received. If you send a third one and no response, there's no point putting a lot of pressure on that. Before I say goodbye to you, I want to thank you so much for being patient, for watching this whole video up to this point. I thank you for subscribing, for sharing my videos, and if you haven't subscribed at this point, take a minute to hit that subscription button and the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll also end with a disclaimer. I personally don't take any responsibility for any misunderstanding or misinterpretation of these tips I've given to you. So any damages caused due to misinterpretation or misunderstanding, I will not take any responsibility. If you have any questions, put your questions in the comment box, and then I'll get back to you. Clarification, whatever it is, I'll help you. But in terms of responsibility, if you misunderstand anything or misinterpret any damages, I will not be responsible. It's just a disclaimer for safety. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.